Y'all, I have been a little frazzled lately, and it's because I'm going through an energetic shift. And I mean, truthfully, it's already there, but I'm learning to walk through life a much different way than I've walked through life in the past. And this started like November, December 2024. But as of 2025, I've been working on learning to receive because I had a big issue with learning to receive. I knew how to give, I was groomed to give and be over giving, but I've been learning how to receive. I've been learning how to stay grounded in my own energy, keep myself in my own frame instead of being so empathetic to the place where I'm self-abandoning, where I'm getting into a codependent, narcissistic type connection with family, friends, romantic partners, all of that. I've been dealing with really just being grounded in my own energy and allowing myself to be nourished and cared for by my own energy and putting myself as a priority. And truthfully, it's almost like a double, it's actually like triple. One is ancestral. We know as women, especially women of color, we're kind of groomed that giving and pleasing others and taking care of others, even at the expense of ourselves, is what we were born to do. So is that on an ancestral level for a woman and a woman of color? And then as someone who grew up with a parent that deals with narcissism, I was kind of groomed early to be very self-abandoning to stay safe. And it was all about making sure that person was okay and making sure that they were pleased and making sure that I did whatever I needed to do in order to keep the household at peace and not, piss them off and, whatever gaps I needed to fill in. So as a child, I got into self-abandoning because when you grew up in those type of dynamics, it's not about you. You're not your own person. You're simply an extension of that parent, and you're there to make them feel good and make them look good. Your feelings, your thoughts, what you want out of life, it doesn't matter. So you learn how to self-abandon from an early age, and you take that dynamic in life with other people, feeling like I have to do whatever I need to do in order to make people happy. And if it's at the expense of my emotions, how I feel and what I want, it just what it is. That is the norm. So I'm learning that. And I'm also learning what it feels like to keep all of my energy in-house. The third thing is, because I have been told, you're intimidating, you're a lot to handle, your energy is very big. And I've had the issue with people kind of like resenting me or have an issue with me, even from a young age, saying, oh, you're too different, you're weird, you think you're better than us, whatever, right? I've had this thing of making myself small or trying to make myself more familiar or more comfortable with people by maybe downsizing myself in different ways. Hopefully that makes sense. But basically trying to get other people to feel comfortable around me by being more comfortable to them by turning myself down. So it's those three things that I've been shifting from, because really it's the time for me to be in my full power. It's the time for me to learn how to receive, not only from the world, but from myself. It's the time for all of us to learn how to truly keep our own energy within and allow it to nourish us and stop being so just giving willy-nilly with it and really giving it to the swine, giving your pearls to swine, because you could be so giving, so freely giving with your energy that you're not discerning how you're giving your energy. Hopefully that makes sense. So I've been in the house resting and really learning what it is to really be in my own energy. My boundaries are no nonsense, honey. People who were not equally giving to me as I was giving to them, they've been cut off and removed and blocked and left on red. And I've been doing really good. I've been doing good with the self-care, which I started really practicing in 2024. And now, me being big, me being acceptance of my power and my bigness and who I am on an authentic level, this is kind of the 2025 theme. And it's been going well, but I've been spending a lot of time in hermit mode. And I noticed that when I do go out to events and things, my energy is kind of like a little frazzled. And I think it's just like a transition thing. I think it's me getting new, like a new understanding on how does it feel to be grounded in my own energy and not so giving and motherly and overextending myself and energetically giving of myself, which has kind of been my norm for the past 3 decades. So I think I'm attempting to not judge myself and be patient with myself, even with the frazzled energy, allowing myself to sit in the discomfort of it and see what it tells me. And I truly think it's just a transition phase. It's kind of like when a baby is learning how to walk and they're shaky. So I think that's actually what the fragile energy is how does it feel to be grounded in my own energy, even out in public, even out amongst all these people who are energetically and physically clasping at me, trying to get my attention and my energy, because people, it's like a moth to a flame, a moth to a light when I'm around. I come out and everybody wants to talk and give compliments and come up and talk to me. And, so it's like how I don't want to be standoffish, but I do want to have my energetic boundaries. And I want to make sure I'm not into the over giving and just allowing it out. So I have to make sure I prioritize myself, how I'm feeling, and that I'm empathetic and in tune with my emotions and how I'm feeling. And my reactions and things, I don't judge it. I don't overthink it. It is what it is. This is me. All I can do is embrace that and unconditionally love and accept that. So yeah, y'all, that's what I'm dealing with. It's going good so far, and it's going to keep going.